again. It's beautiful seeing it sitting in the water like that. Had a proper bath as well. It was sitting probably 2/3 of its body into the water. Quite a fierce hunter. That's sort of roughly what they sound like. It's a bit difficult to mimic. Sometimes at night it sounds like a baboon that's making a call. Ah. We would not even have seen it if it didn't whistle to us. Wow. They are so beautiful. Guys, look at the face of this animal now. We're literally sitting just underneath it. It's checking out our car at the moment. It's looking at our tire on the bonnet here, maybe wondering why we've got it there. What an amazing bird. I'm extremely surprised, to be honest, to get this close to one. Giant eagle owls are sometimes a little bit shy. And this is the same one we saw this morning taking a bath. We also had 2 sightings of it last week, so that's 4 sightings in about the space of a week. That's more than I've seen the previous year. So I'm very excited. This bird is going to hopefully stick around here. Look at those talons. Seemingly very, very comfortable with us. Yeah, this is awesome. Yeah, look at that. Ever seen a giant eagle owl like this? See, the movement there was a fork-tailed drongo that was mobbing it. That's why the owl suddenly sort of ducked a little bit. Of course, one of the very great characteristics or known characteristics of this bird, it looks back at us again now, those pink eyelids. You see whenever it closes or blinks the eyes, got these almost weird. Look at that. Look at those small feathers acting almost like whiskers around the mouth or around the beak. And also you've got the ear tufts at the top there. That fork-tailed drongo is close by again. Look at that. Unbelievable. Beautiful facial markings, lines on the outside of the eyes, both to act as a visual sign, maybe when it's looking at other birds, but also gives it those big facial discs. Now the feathers around the face, around the eye and the beak actually act almost like ears again, so they help to focus sound. What a sound. And of course owls have got very good hearing. Those ear tufts that I mentioned, you can just see them there. They're purely there to break the shape of the animal's head, to give it a bit of an outline, to break the outline, shall I say, give it a slightly better camouflage. That facial discs actually help to improve the sound. Let's see where that drongo is. It might come back again and do another dart. Those big talons as well. There's the drongo coming again in the distance. Let's see if it flies all the way. Just be quite cool to show you one of the mobbings. It goes very close, sometimes even touching the owl in its attempt to try and chase it off. All this other noise you can hear as well, I'm sure you can hear it, that sort of cackling noise in the back there. That's from arrow-marked babblers. Again, they're also drawing attention to this bird so that other birds can be wary and not get caught. Oh, 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 oh. That's the other sound they make. Quite similar to that. I don't have it quite down, but very similar to that sound I just made. Very interesting, this calling. If it wasn't just looking at the feathers and the coloration, I would have almost guessed maybe it's a juvenile. Oh, here's the drongo coming. It's flown past again. It's going to make another pass by just now. Even the place it chose to sit down, just look at that, a perfect place on the branch there. Oh, I almost don't want to leave. You might never ever in your life, even if you go on game drive every day, twice a day, for many years, might never see a giant eagle owl like this again. Look at those big talons, I mentioned it earlier. These guys are fierce predators. That would be not quite the size of my hands, but not a lot smaller than my hands. It will be much bigger than the palms of my hand. And also the feathers, you can see right down to the foot there. Look at the colors on that, the textures. Hey, big eyes. Yes, I'm talking to you. Any bird of prey really. But I mentioned this morning, for some reason it seems giant eagle owls get harassed and mobbed a lot more than a lot of other raptors. It's calling again. Now it could be that they do, well, part of their diet is birds. They eat a lot of other birds, even big ones. Again, I mentioned they eat things like Pel's fishing owl, the second largest owl you get. Other owls as well, eagle owls, spotted eagle owl and so on. They'll also eat things like Franklin, guinea fowl, and but imagine being an eagle owl and all the time, as soon as you get seen by birds, you constantly have this noise around you. And I'm considering leaving because of these babblers making so much noise. And I've only been here a few minutes. This is something that's very much part of the day-to-day sounds of an owl's life. Let's have a quick look at that drongo there, Alex. There's one sitting just there waiting for another. Oh, here's another one coming past now. That's the fork-tailed drongo. Probably one of the most courageous birds out here. They will take on anything. I've seen these guys before tackle a gymnogene high up in the sky. And they actually got knocked by the gymnogene and it got concussed. Fell down almost back to the ground, and then we lost visual of it, and a few minutes later it came flying out of the trees again, straight back to the gymnogene. So for it to take on a stationary eagle owl is not a problem. Both of those dam.
Could that come again?
Now for Muntleshkova, a giant eagle owl, but sitting Kusuyengof and relaxed if you're in the area. Actually, we have one last close look at that face. It's just such a beautiful face, markings and colors, and of course, especially for us Westerners, but in most cultures there's some kind of stigma attached to owls. Some cultures a little bit of a dark, sort of mysterious stigma, and then the way I know it, at least since a kid, is the bird of wisdom. I've got memories of this bird since we were very young. And I think of all the owls, this is a particularly striking and beautiful one. Look at those very dark eyes as well. Looks like, I was going to say deep water pools in a jungle, but I don't think that's necessarily fitting. But just unbelievably dark, almost pitch black eyes. You can see the reflection of the horizon in them. That's about it.